Well, hello everybody. Happy iOS Tuesday. My name is Eugene. I'm an iOS developer, and today is a live stream for another iOS Tuesday. Today, we're going to do live coding. In the previous live stream, we were doing live coding with a carousel, and I will show you what we did in a second. Today, we're going to focus on custom top bar, how to create custom top bar in SwiftUI. Also, we're going to focus on how to create a custom search bar. Yes, there is searchable. Yes, there is searchable modifier that you can utilize and create a search bar. But we're going to talk about searchable and the issues that you might have with searchable in this live stream. But we're also going to create a custom top bar. Um, if you want to chat with me, you're more than welcome. And as a matter of fact, it is encouraged because I would like to talk to you. I don't like just talk at people. So if you have any thoughts, if you have any suggestions, like any like questions, anything, feel free to share. Feel free to send me a chat message. One caveat though, I'm going to be doing live coding session, so I may not see your comment or a question right away. So I will take a little breaks just to check my comments, just to see what people are saying, and I'm going to bring your comments on the screen. And a little reminder, the rules for the chat: be respectful to each other and to your host. And let's get started. We have a lot to cover today. So, if you would like to follow my video, there is a link in the description for this video. There's a GitHub repo for in the description for this video. Last time, if you want to get up to speed, so live stream branch has all the code that we created in the last week. Today, if you want to keep up, we are going to be on custom tab bar, custom search bar branch. So I will push all of my changes there. And if you want to see a starter project, it is in main. So, like I said, if you want to follow along, your best bet to be on the custom tab bar, custom search bar. And if you don't have, if you prefer GUI, graphic user interface, to interact with your GitHub, you can download GitHub Desktop and fetch my branch right there, and pull all of the changes that like I'm committing right there. So just a reminder, this is the UI, kind of what we're going for. It's not going to be exactly like it, but it's going to be kind of similar to it. But like this is like the first image. This is the initial design that we're going for. So, just as a reminder, what we did last week. Let me pull my simulator. Uh, this is what we did last week. So we have a search bar with searchable, and as of right now, this is as of right now, our tab bar is not really functional, but we would like to make it functional. So when we tap on the button, we would see a different view if it is implemented. So let me run our current application just to see what we're working with. So this is what we're working with. And as you can see right now, our top bar is not really functioning as we want to. So we want to make it happen in this live stream. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's create a new view, and we're gonna call it home view. And in your project with where you have views, Command N, meaning like create new file. We're gonna create new SwiftUI file. We're gonna call it home view. Home view. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to context view, and we're literally going to copy literally everything, and we're going to paste it in our home view. So, and to make it what we're gonna remove from our home view is our top bar, but we're gonna do a little bit later. So let's go to our uh, content view, and we're gonna delete all of the code that is related to our home view. So in the VStack, we're going to just remove all of that. Geometry reader and like all of that good stuff. We're going to just remove. So and instead we're going to just have we're not even gonna have navigation navigation view. We're going to remove that too. So and instead we're going to just create a VStack. And in the VStack, we're going to create our Z stack. And for that, we what we're going to do in our Z stack, we're going to place a view that we select in our custom tab bar. So I think it will be a little bit easier to explain as we code alone than me just try to explain what I'm going to code. But basically, the Z stack is going to display a view and our custom top bar in the same view. We're going to add spacer to it, and as we change index, as we go from one index to another, we're going to change the selected item. So let's create a private at state variable, and we're going to name it selected item. And it's going to be 0 for right now, but as we increase our tab bar, as we tap on different things on the tab bar, we're going to change the selected item. So in our so also we don't need this function as well. So let's create a Z stack here. And in our Z stack, we're going to say switch. Oh. selected item, case 0. In our case 0, we're going to display our home view. And on our default, we're going to display text. View is not implemented. View has not been implemented, and the foreground color is going to be white, because as you remember, the whole thing is black. So like this is our Z stack, and let's add spacer. And now we're going to extract our H stack, our custom tab bar, from our home view. So let's go to our home view. Like first thing that we need to do, we need to have tab bar images, and we're going to just cut it and paste it in our home view. Search tab bar item, we don't need that, but we for sure need yeah, we already have it. Okay, cool. Okay, now let's go to home view, and where we have our H stack with top bar items, we're just gonna copy that H stack, copy here, and paste it right here. All right, and so for the button, so where you see more code to come in the next live stream, let's say selected item equals index. So in this instance, we're going to change our index. And here, let's ignoring safe area. Will it change anything? No, it won't change anything. Okay. So let's change our color on our VStack. Background, color, and we're gonna say ignore safe area. Okay. Oh no. Let's do color black. Okay. Now we have what we want, and if we run our application now, all being well, we're gonna see exactly the same thing. Our carousel is still working as we want to, but when we change when we switch our tab bar items, so we're going to change the view that we're going to implement in here. So if we are on case 0, we're going to display our home view. If we develop other views, we're going to display those views right here. So let me see if you have any questions or any comments. No questions, no comments. All right. So now let's talk about searchable. Why searchable is not cooperating with us as we want to. Like the first thing that I want to do, I would like to somehow get rid of, I want to our tab bar disappear when we start searching, right? So I'm searching, and I would like to our tab bar disappear, right, and appear when our search is finished, our search is done. So it's a little bit challenging to do. So let's go to we don't need this padding actually. Let's go to our home view, and on appear, we can try on change and try to manipulate with the different Boolean search. But to make it happen, like the first thing that we would need to do, we need to add new property in our view model, and published. Is tab bar displayed equals true. So by default, it's going to be true. Let me just build and make sure that our build is building correctly. So now we have a variable as tab bar displayed. It is true by default, and we need to listen to it through the entire application, no matter which view we're on. So with that being said, it makes sense to make it environment variable. So right here, we can say an environment object, and we can say view model. So it's going to be our environment object. And for our home view, instead of state object, we can actually utilize environment, change it to environment object. And instead of, we just going to use that type. Which is going to use that type, everything it's in home view, and the same thing we need to add in our content view. Instead of state object, we are going to use environment object. So why it is important? Because we need to listen to is top bar showing or not. And based on that, we're going to display our top bar. Let me run application again, make sure that everything is still working correctly. Everything is still working correctly as I want to. All right. And so our top bar, we actually going to make it conditional. If you model is top bar displayed, if it is true, we're going to display our top bar. Oh, what is okay? I don't know why it's not working. Like the preview is not working for some reason. But that's okay. Model. Okay. All right. Looks like everything is working now. So, but now we need to figure out how to just like how when to display our tab bar and when to hide it. So, in our home view, if what we can do, what we can try to do, is like where is our searchable? Okay, searchable. So let's try to on change of search term. We're going to perform. We're going to perform our service. View model. Movies. Get movies. Okay. Movies and search term is search term. Okay. We can try to do something like that. Is view model insert bar showing equals false, and then view model insert bar displayed equals true, and just let's see if it works or not. So what I'm trying to get to that we need to listen to is editing. So like when view is editing, so and now for some reason our top bar is not really displaying anything. So like that for some reason didn't work quite well. So but let's um let's just say it's false. So like if it is false, so apparently our top bar should disappear, and it disappears. So like it clearly doesn't like, and now it doesn't appear again. Like it clearly doesn't work. So when we need to listen to the event when it's editing. So and unfortunately, don't really know. I don't really know how to do that reliably on I don't really know how to do it reliably on um, searchable, but I know how to do it with SwiftUI. So we're going to remove searchable, and on top of that, we also need to create a custom top bar. So where is we need to create a custom top bar. So we're just gonna go ahead and create it. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the searchable. So we're gonna leave it on change just like that for right now. And we just going in views, we're going to create a new view, and we're gonna call it search bar view. So for the search bar, we need to have binding the text. So it will be acting very similarly to searchable. So we need to have binding a text, the text field, or like the search term for the like search bar. Binding bar text, and it's going to be type of string. And also we need to have our environment object, our view model, and a view model, because we will change is showing based on its editing. Right? So now in our body, so we actually don't need to have our preview. Like I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Or rather, like we can say content view. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna display our content view. So let's create HStack. So like the way our top bar is gonna work, we're gonna create HStack, and we're gonna go create overlay with the buttons that we need to operate with, meaning our magnifying glass and our like X button. So we're gonna create all of that, and also we need to create at state variable at state is editing, and by default is going to be false. And we're also going to change is editing. We're also going to change is editing as we interacting with the tab bar. So and with our H stack, we're going to create a text field. Text field. So we're gonna call it search. Writing $ text and prompt. We are not going to use prompt at all. So now we need to, so when our keyboard appears, we need to have a submit label, a submit button as a search. So it's very easy to do with SwiftUI, with new version of SwiftUI. Submit label, search, and that's like the button that will appear is gonna say search. The foreground color is gonna be gray. So we're gonna display that gray text when user enters the search term. And also gray color will help us with a placeholder, because you're going to see in a minute that our placeholder unfortunately is not modifiable. Like, we can change the color of the placeholder. So let's add padding 7. Let's add more padding. And it will be 10. And more padding, it will be 5. And background, and for background, we're gonna do color. Ooh, we're gonna do color. And how do we name that? Background. Background. We're gonna add corner radius 8. On submit, view model, instant bar display equals true. So meaning when we submit our search, we're gonna display our top bar. It's gonna be showing again. So and now we can create overlay. And for overlay, we're going to create HStack. Image. System name magnifying glass. Foreground color. Foreground color is going to be gray. Frame. So minimum width is going to be 0. Maximum width is going to be infinity. Alignment is going to be trailing. We're going to add padding, trailing, 8. Now if it is editing, we're gonna create a button. We're gonna create a button with like with a multiply circle. So when we tap on it, we can clear our search. Button label, so action. So for our search button, we need to we need to do a little bit modification for our placeholder. Our placeholder, like I said, is not going to be showing. I think it's better. I think it's better to show you how it is looking as is with that modification, and then we're going to, instead of using placeholder, we're going to use our text as a placeholder, and we're going to clear that text as we interacted with the search bar, because unfortunately I personally don't know if there is a way to modify the color of the placeholder. So that would be nice, but unfortunately I don't have that. I don't know where to access the control of the placeholder for the text field in SwiftUI. So as of right now, we're gonna say change text later, so we don't forget. And view model and start display equals true. And our label is going to be an image, system name, and let me copy the system name of the image. So it's going to be our yeah. So this is the system name, foreground color, as gray, heading, trailing. Oh, eight. So let's add padding here. horizontal 10. And now we're gonna tap on tap gesture. So when we tap on the overlay, so it's gonna is anything equals true. Text will be just an empty text. So we're gonna clear our text later on. So, but we probably can comment out like as of right now. And view model. So when it's editing, we're not going to show our top bar. If is editing. If it is editing, so we're going to create another button. Is editing, like the action will be is editing false. So we're going to change that it is editing. Change text later. And view model and start bar display is equals true. So and the label will be text cancel. Heading trailing 10. Transition move trailing, move H trailing, animation down, value 0.1. So if I did everything correctly, we should see it here. So search bar view text. Binding search term. Okay, if everything is working correctly, we should see it like right here. Here we have our question, off-topic question. Do you get new MacBook Pro? No, I haven't, because I last year when M1 what is that? Like when new MacBook was announced, I decided to get it because my previous MacBook was really, really old. Not really, really old, maybe like 4 years old, 5 years old. So I decided I need a little bit like I need a little bit better MacBook, so I decided to get it. And this year I decided not to get it because I decided to get Apple Watch instead, the latest and greatest and the most expensive one, because I used to have Apple Watch, but my previous Apple Watch was really, really cheap. And I decided not to do that anymore because my previous very cheap Apple Watch just broke. So here it is. But thank you for your question. I appreciate all off-topic questions. We can chat, we can talk, we can just we can just enjoy each other's company. So kind of what I'm looking for. So but now let's see the text. The text for the placeholder is barely visible. So we're going to change that. So let's go to our let's go here and say text equals search, and also on our home view we're gonna say search. We're gonna uncomment that one. And text equals equals so let's run and see what happens. So now we see like the placeholder search as we would like it to see. So yeah, unfortunately, I can change the placeholder as I want to. And now when we search things, I can manipulate when to display the top bar and when to hide it. Also, cancel. Oh, one important thing. One important thing. We also have to dismiss our keyboard. So, and when we say cancel, what we can do, we can say UI application shared send action selector I responder design from first responder to nil, from nil for nil. So that will dismiss our keyboard, I believe. Okay, yeah, it will dismiss our keyboard. Because like, oh, wait a minute, like our keyboard is still showing and our tab bar is showing. Now everything is in place. But let me push my code to my repo. So like if you want to follow along, if you were trying to follow along and you got something didn't work out for you as you desire, this is the code for you. So yeah, so Uh, quick recap what we did today. So we implemented our custom tab bar, and the way we implemented it, we on our content view, we put our V stack and we place a Z stack, and we also listen to selected item. So in our top bar, we can actually change the selected index based on the index because we're iterating in top bar indices. So we know that index is going to be there, and we switch index depending where we're at in the array. And also based on that, we're going to we also displaying different images for our buttons as well. So, and we implemented our custom search bar. So the reason why I decided not to use searchable, because unfortunately I really would like to have a handle on as editing to listen to the event when I'm editing things. So, or with in the UI kit world, you can listen to get finished editing, and you can do things to that. So that would be ideal too. Like the UI kit has a lot of delegate methods that you can utilize to your advantage. So, but unfortunately, in SwiftUI, searchable can do the job. So you can perform a network request on submit for search. You can do a lot. You can do a lot of different things for search. So, and that is cool. But unfortunately, it's like I I really would like just a little bit more control over it. And also, I don't know if you want me to show it to you or not. For search bar, like you can change the appearance. Uh, let let me show it to you really quick. So let's say for this VStack, let's make it searchable. Ooh, search term. Okay. So let me make sure that's like so like this is our searchable top bar, right? You can change the appearance here. So what you can do init, and you can say like, oh, not now. You can say UI search text field appearance background color equals UI color red, and it will change the background color. So it will change the background color. So if you want to change the background color, you can. However, you can change the text. In UI kit, you can. So UI search text field appearance, and let's say text color equals red. It didn't work for me when I was so as you can see, it's not changing. In UI kit world, it will change. So I can change the background color. I can change every instance of the search bar. I can change the appearance of search bar itself for background color and whatnot. But for some reason, for some unknown reason, I'm not able to change the text color. So here's a little fun fact. And I'm going to submit my feedback to Apple probably tomorrow since I'm done with my live stream. So, and this is another reason why I didn't want to use searchable, why I decided to use custom top bar. And another reason that, like I said before, I can easily listen to is editing or not in my Swift UI view. And another option would be probably create UI representative for search bar, but since we're working with SwiftUI, I like working with SwiftUI, and if you go really, really granular with SwiftUI, you can have a lot of control over certain things if you know how to do it. So this pretty much it. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, let me know before we wrap up. We were streaming for 56 minutes, almost an hour. I really appreciate all of you joining the live stream. Do the YouTube things, like the video, share the YouTube things. It helps me as a creator to make my videos more known to more people. So, going once, going twice. Let me know if you have any questions. If there are no more questions, I really appreciate all of you joining me for my live stream. And I will see you in my next video, in my next live stream. I normally stream on YouTube, on Twitter, and on LinkedIn. So you feel free to join me on any of those platforms. Thank you so much for being my subscriber and being here. Bye, y'all. It's been a long live stream. Oh, coming. Really cool live stream again, Eugene. You make things easy to understand for non-developers. Thank you. And Calvin is a recruiter. He is a technical recruiter, and I'm glad that you jump on the live stream. So if you are on my LinkedIn, so you can connect with him, and uh, if it's the right fit, he can probably help you to find the opportunity that you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. Bye, y'all.